Hello and welcome to Spirit Forest. I have started my 10-day outdoor adventure. I am on day 2. Day 1 I actually didn't record any video. I just relaxed and did nothing. So today I'm actually going to do stuff. I have some projects I'd like to get done on the land. Of course, I always have a project. And then I have 2 parties to attend. I got invited to a party that a bunch of the people here, the campers and people, a lot of retired people are here. And so I'm going to go check out that party and meet some more locals in the area. It's always good to know locals in case something were to happen and have somewhere to go and someone to rely on. And really good people here. I brought some chips and they're going to have some food, and sounds like they're going to have some games and stuff like that too. So it should be a lot of fun this weekend or today. And then later I'm going over to a neighbor's house. I got invited over for some drinks and just hanging out and getting to know some more neighbors. But in the, in between times as I'm commuting from one party to another, I come back to the land and let Rocky out and stuff, and maybe I'll work on some projects. But let me kind of show you what I have today, what I'm kind of doing. I have my I call them my night lights now, but these are my little solar powered lights. They're in a couple of my videos. Love these guys, and in fact actually one of them broke and I was able to get a replacement from the company. I called the company directly and just said, hey, this isn't working. It just didn't show any light at all, and every time I hit the power button, nothing happened. So they sent me a replacement one, which is this one is a replacement one. So I'm really excited about that. That now I have 4 night lights. And then I have some more stuff charging. I actually charged my cell phone because I'll be using my cell phone this afternoon to do any video recording. So I wanted to make sure that I had power and so forth for that. Oh, and look, I brought another flower too. I'm excited about that. That's pretty. It's really pretty. It's a pink one. So Kyla will be really happy. She's my pink girl. So here's some other projects I have. We have, I got some trail signs I made. Made them in my living room as I was talking with the kids, and they came up with some names. You guys might have seen this one before. This one was the honey pot, meander to the honey pot, and this one I will end up putting towards the. Oh, there's a tree over here somewhere, somewhere right around here, and it's going to be over there. So it'll be meander to the honey pot, and I have a little nail, and I'll put some little arrows on it. So that will be my project this afternoon, depending on how the parties go. I don't want to be gone all day. But I have a lot of them. So we have trail names, and I'll kind of talk about them a little bit more later of how we came up with the trail names. But we have a bunch of trail signs here. It's just kind of fun. Again, just making it fun for the kids as they meander and hike through the land. I think that they'll really be able to have that one little touch too. I did bring some paint. And I'll kind of explain what I'm going to do with this later and kind of show you guys. Again, I'm here for 10 days, so I'm going to keep myself busy. I do plan on kayaking and hiking, and I did bring my backpack, and if I can find a good trail to go backpacking on, I'm going to do that. So, again, it's a solo adventure these 10 days, but I will be joining the party festivities of the weekend. So I will be going into a little town, and we'll be filming some of that. Oh, and I got to show you my new addition to the land. Let me see. Hold on, I'm going to jump off the deck. I don't know, you can't really see him in the camera. Isn't he cute? It's my little bear. It's a little bear in a tree. I got this from my girls for Christmas last year, and they planned on giving it to me for the land, and this was the present that they gave me. And it kind of shows it pretty dark, but he's really cute, and he just kind of sits there. So as I'm sitting on the porch, I can see my little bear in a tree. So I am going to head on over to the party. See how it is. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of people there or not, but I think, again, it'll just be a fun opportunity to meet some new neighbors and make some more connections out here. So hopefully I'll video some of that, and you guys can join me. So here's all the signs that I made. I still have some more to make, but you can tell this is the first one, and it has all the color. I added a lot of color to it, and then as the kids kept coming up with more trail names, I realized this would take a long time to do. So I just did black and white ones, which kind of match my logo. My logo is black and white. I added the green because the tent is green. So the reason behind this sign is that, again, to make it fun for the kids when they're here and when their friends are here. And it's not that they could really get lost on the property. They could yell and I could hear them. But it just makes it fun. It makes it a little bit more theirs. And they decided to stick with a Disney theme to everything. So you'll notice that everything here is Disney. We have a Coda Trail. If you've seen Brother Bear, the movie Brother Bear, it's one of our favorites. So I have a Coda Trail, and I'll show some more close-ups of these, but I try to draw the actual Coda Bear onto the sign itself. I ran out of ink a lot of times because it's just not made for a Sharpie pen, but they are still pretty cute. You know, I just try to draw the little cartoon character. Kyla came up with this name, which I thought was really cute. She says, run or walk to the Pooh Bear. And, you know, the kids did this one on their own, and Kyla drew the little Winnie the Pooh character. And the thing is, you know, we have all these nails on here as well. So what we're going to do is we can hang little directional arrows on there. And I have a bunch of different kinds of arrows. You know, I have ones that go both ways, and I have other ones that go left and up and down and all around. So I got a bunch of these. These are just little wood pieces, and I just painted it, created a little stencil with an arrow on it. So I did them pretty fast. Here's another one. Is this one's called the honey pot, and the honey pot is what we call our kitchen. I do have two of them meander to the honey pot. This was the first one I made. I use the meander to the honey pot, the word meander, because it's a joke between Todd and I, and so I put it on the sign. But this one's just a honey pot, and then we have a little honey pot. And this one's called Mordu. It's a Mordu trail. One of my subscribers recommended to do you know, like a bigger bear, like a grizzly bear, you know, as a trail name on one of the harder trails. This is one of the harder trails that goes straight up the hill that we have here. And again, it's not that hard, but if you're older, elderly, it's a pretty good hike. You know, I think my mom had a rest on it. So we call it Mordu. Mordu is from the cartoon Brave, one of my favorite cartoons as well. Again, a Disney cartoon. And then I drew a picture of Mordu here as well. So I have two of those. And Kenai goes all the way around the property. So it is used the most. It's just a big circle, and it has a bunch of switchbacks on it. That's Kenai. Kenai is also Brother Bear. And he's the older bear, the older brother of the two. And again, did a drawing of Kenai on here. And then, let's see, I have another one of Coda. And again, I have a lot of Kenais on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them around the land, and hopefully I have enough arrows for the direction arrows. And I'm just going to stick them on, and you know, just make sure that everything's, you know, going the right way. But it's pretty exciting. I still have some other trails to do, or areas that I would like to do to make it a little bit more personalized. Kyla has picked out her favorite area of the land, and she calls it Kyla's Workshop, but she's debating on the name, so I haven't made a trail. I haven't made a sign for that. And then Madison has her area, which she called Pookie's Corner. When Madison was born, we nicknamed her Pookie, as in a Pookie Bear, which is Garfield's little bear. I don't know why her dad came up with that name, but it has stuck, and every once in a while you'll hear me yell Pookie. You know, I'm like, Pookie, and she knows exactly that I'm talking to her. So she's going to have a Pookie Corner, and she's got two little areas, and she's going to make a little fence area there too. So yeah, again, just kind of personalize it for them, and they can show some friends too. I think I didn't talk about what the Coda Trail is. The Coda Trail is the grassy area. Sorry, there's a bunch of bugs around. The grassy area out front. So it would like meander through the aspen trees, and it's really pretty because you can see the mountains in the background. It's kind of next to the Spirit Forest sign, if you haven't seen that video. Really pretty. And with that one, it can be seen by the road, so I probably won't have a lot of signs in view. So I thought about maybe hanging some of these little guys on a little stake, so if people want to know where to go, you know, they can just look for these little arrows. And then I might do some cairns too, which is a stack of rocks, kind of showing which area to go. And the purpose of that is that I've been noticing, you know, as more people come out here, that they're you know, they're walking all around this grassy area, and it's really dry here. So anytime we walk on a grassy area, it really destroys it. So you can see areas where we're causing some damage. So if I put a trail in there, so if I want to show someone some corner or whatever it may be, I could put a trail in there, and then, you know, we're not damaging the entire area, you know, when a whole bunch of people go walking on it. Wildflowers are starting to bloom over there, and so I'd like to be able to keep them blooming. So again, that was the trails, and I'll kind of show you some of the areas of putting up the sign. I had such a wonderful time in meeting all these people that live in this area and hearing all these stories, and I didn't get a chance to meet everybody, but I tried. And just wonderful people, and everyone has different reasons of why they're living up here, and everyone has a reason, and that's what's different than the city, is that people have a reason to be here. And you know, it's the calming of it, the trees, the people, the mountains, the hiking. I was just overwhelmed and just so happy, and there was just so much food, and I didn't even get to eat everything because I was talking to a bunch of people. So, but it was such a great experience, and I'm just so happy. And it was funny. I was talking to this group, and they said, "Oh, so where do you live, and where's your property?" And I told them, and I said, "Oh, I'm living in a tent." And they immediately were like, "You're doing what?" Because it's kind of weird that I'd be living in a tent. They're like, "We would never do that. Do you understand?" You know, and they live here, like full-time live here. They say, "I would never live in a tent." Because they're like, "Did you see the bears?" And like every one of them had a bear story of a bear on their land, which I'm sure is going to happen at some point here, that I will have my own bear story to share. But they're like, "Oh, that's amazing! You sleep under the stars." And you know, to me, this is like a cabin. This tent, you know, is like a cabin compared to my backpacking tent. But and I feel pretty secure here. I mean, I know I have Rocky, but I mean, he's going to warn, and I'm not really scared. And you know, they were just like, "That's amazing, that's so awesome," which I think is really cool. But then another time I'm a little shy, you know, I'm like, "Oh." So but as we were talking, this guy walks by, and he kind of draws attention to himself. He's carrying a spirit stick. He's part Cherokee. And the people at my table were like, "That's your kind of guy. You got to go meet this guy." You know, and he's older, and he has this little spirit stick, and he's walking around, and I'm like, "I got to meet this guy." You know, so I introduced myself to him, and he's got a great story as well. And in fact, he invited me to come over to his place. He's got a teepee there. I told him I'm an artist, because I am artist. If you haven't, you guys probably don't know that yet, because I haven't really said that. But I love to paint, and I love to draw and stuff. So he wants me to maybe eventually paint on his teepee, what a great experience to have. I mean, he doesn't. I don't think he lives in his teepee, but he does have the teepee up year round, and he was talking about it, and he's trying to get back into his culture, and I really hope that I can introduce you guys to him if he allows me to do so. he's just a fun character, and you know, you just meet different people in your journey, and it just makes it even that more important. But anyways, I hope you guys can meet him. I might go over there sometime during these 10 days and just talk with him, and it would be fun. And he talked about, you know, teaching my kids how to shoot a bow, and you know, just some fun stuff that you just don't. I don't know, you just don't get that in the city, and but you get it here, and you get the bugs too. But I am going to continue my sign project that I'm doing. I'm putting up signs throughout the land, and then I'm going over to another neighbor's house. Today for me is just meeting new people and hearing their stories, and you know, I love people. I don't like always being by myself, but I do like hearing stories and what everybody's journey is, and you know, what brought them to this area. It is a very unique area. Because there is no stores, there's no grocery stores anywhere. I mean, it's an hour drive. I've mentioned that in a lot of other videos. So I'm gonna put up some signs here, and then I'm heading over to party number 2. Okay, so here's my thought with these signs. I do get concerned about putting a bunch of nails in trees. I do have it in some areas, but I don't have it in others. Meaning that I have it for my little bear that's hanging on the tree, but I just don't want to put a nail in every tree, and these are a lot of signs. This tree is actually, it's dead. So, but the other ones are live, so I just want to show you kind of what my thought was, my whole thought process in this. So here's the back of it. I just got one of those little hanging picture hanger type, or frame hangers. And so I don't have to nail in the tree. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a string, which is a natural cord too. So I'm going to tie this around the tree, and then I'm just going to make it hook right there, so it just hangs. So it will hang on the tree. I still think this is hilarious, and okay, run or walk to the Pooh Bear. Do you know what the Pooh Bear is? That's the porta potty. My Kyla, she's so funny. And she drew this little Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh. And this is a drawing of Kenai from the movie Brother Bear, which is one of our favorite movies. So you're going to see a lot of these. Every one of them has a little white circle type thing, and it has a design inside it. But that's pretty creative, isn't it? Like, Kyla came up with that on her own. That's hilarious. I'm going to look at the sign and laugh every time. I love it. So I just got back from party number 2, and it was beautiful, and I succeeded in my today's journey of meeting new people and just listening to other people's journeys, and you know, why they moved here. And this couple that I met only for like 15 minutes. We happened to be in the area and we were frisbee golfing, and she's like, I love you. Let me write down your phone number. Let's get in contact in the summertime, because I met her actually last October, I think it was, when I first bought the property. Like, It might have been like 2 weeks after I bought the property. I met her, and she's like, in the summertime, ping me, let me know when you're in town and come over. So I pinged her, and she's like, come over, this would be really great. And she's like, you'd love it. And she has camped here for about, I think she said like 7 years. And they had a camper, so they camped in a camper, and then they built their dream home, which I think is so, the dream home is so beautiful. In fact, you know, there's times where I'm sitting at home and I'll just kind of draw up, if I were to build on this land, what would it look like? And what she built was what I would build. And so her and I have the exact same taste. And she's got the exact same kitchen I'd want. She'd have the same bedroom, and she has this porch. You know, it'd be totally different because she's overlooking this beautiful mountain scene as the sun sets, where I am overlooking a forest. So it is a lot different. She's got more wind, where I don't have a lot of wind here. I have more nature, birds probably more than she does, but it's still equally as beautiful, and you know, it's very different. And she brought a lot of her friends along too, and I was able to meet all of those people, and they were so welcoming. You know, I got there, and they all greeted me with a hug and just welcomed me into their group. And we drank beer, and I had a little bit of whiskey, and it was just, you know, not a lot, just a little. And it was just so fun, and I'm just so happy. What a great way to start a vacation, is to be able to meet such wonderful people that are, you know, they're in a different stage than me. They're probably about like 8 to 9 years older, and so their kids are out of school, and I got to hear about their experiences of their kids, and you know, with some advice too, which I totally took, you know, like what to do and what not to do, and you know, as Madison and Kyla go through their stages in life, you know, and as they go through their changes, you know, just to be a bit more open and to listen to them. And it was just a really good reminder for me, and really happy that I got to meet this group of people, and I hope that I get to hang out with them again. And the woman that invited me over there, and it's her house, she's a lot of fun, and she's got a lot of energy to her, and I love people like that, you know, people that are really true to themselves, and that's really who she was. And really, again, I really enjoyed it, and being able to hang out with people that have a lot of the same passions as I do when it comes to Colorado and the mountains and just being in nature. So it was really nice. Great way to end the night. So I'm going to, it's actually pretty dark here, but you can't tell on the video. It looks pretty bright. But my lights are on now on my tent. Well, it looks like it's on one side, but not the other. So I am going to get in my PJs. Yes, I brought PJs. I'm going to get in my PJs. I'm going to brush my teeth and get ready for bed. And I don't think I'm going to make a fire tonight because it actually feels pretty warm. I don't think I need a fire tonight. And I'm really tired because it's just like an entire day of just meeting people and talking to people and hearing everyone's journey. And I really enjoy it, but I'm really tired. And I think I could sleep in like 2 minutes. So again, I'm just gonna, you know, get the camp all ready, got my night lights all ready, and get ready for bed. So thanks for joining me on my second day of my 10-day adventure.